Workhorses, game breakers, and all-purpose threats. We've seen a little bit of everything from the running back position of college football over the last decade. Some of the game's top players overall coming from a position that is becoming increasingly less emphasized at the next level as teams move to by-committee approaches in the spread era. In the age of proliferation, as we look at the players who have defined greatness in the backfield since 2010, determining what makes them superior to others, whether it's total yards, touchdowns, or impact. With so many options to choose from, it was a daunting task. Moving into the new year and following the same script with our quarterbacks power ranking, we've slotted the top 10 running backs of the college football decade. One of the superstars who put a lot of emphasis on national relevance are included in the list. This is a thematic group and you will not agree with all the choices. In fact, some shortcomings can be frustrating. Snubs include Todd Gurley, the Heisman winner, and the guy with more than 5,000 career rushing yards. Statistics, wins, the award circuit, all of these things matter here. Welcome to Endless Sports. Subscribe now so you never miss out on any of the greatest facts about sports and the latest trending sports news. Let's get into the video. Number 10. LaMichael James, Oregon. Career stats 2009-11. 771 carries, 5,082 yards, 53 TDs, 51 catches, 586 yards, 4 TDs, PRTD. Accomplishments: Heisman Trophy finalist 2010, First Team All-American 2010-2011, First Team All-Pac-10 Pac-12 2010-2011, Doak Walker Award 2010, Pac-10 Pac-12 Champion 2009-2011, Pac-10 Offensive Freshman of the Year 2009. Why he's here. Speed kills, and James was almost impossible to grab between the tackles in Oregon's zone read looks. The perfect weapon in the Ducks' NASCAR offense, James often touched it 3 or 4 consecutive plays and would wear down linebackers trying to wrap him. 3 seasons of at least 1,500 yards at Oregon, the pint-sized tailback led the nation in rushing and rushing touchdowns as a sophomore, despite missing the season opener due to suspension and finished second in Heisman voting that season. 9A. Christian McCaffrey, Stanford. Career stats 2014-16. 632 carries, 3,922 yards, 21 TDs, 99 catches, 1,206 yards, 10 TDs, 26.4 yards career KOR, 2 return TDs. Accomplishments: Paul Hornung Award 2015, Jet Award 2015, Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year 2015, First Team All-Pac-12 2015-2016. Why he's here. We're cheating here with an 11th player, and McCaffrey won't be a popular pick inside top 10 considering there are guys with considerably more rushing yards. But he was an all-purpose freak at Stanford who was a threat to go the distance every time he touched the football, and underrated nationally given those strengths. McCaffrey gave way to Bryce Love after leaving Stanford early in 2016 for the NFL Draft, and enjoyed 5 200-yard games in his tenure. 9B. Derrick Henry, Alabama. Career stats 2013-15. 602 carries, 3,591 yards, 42 TDs, 17 catches, 285 yards receiving, 3 TDs. Accomplishments: Heisman Trophy 2015, Maxwell Award 2015, Doak Walker Award 2015, Walter Camp Award 2015, Unanimous All-American 2015, First Team All-SEC 2015, SEC Offensive Player of the Year 2015. Why he's here. Henry is here because he managed one of the greatest single seasons for a ball carrier in college football history as a junior, full-time starter in 2015 for the national champion Crimson Tide. The 6'3", 240-pound bulldozer saved his best when Alabama needed it most, rushing for over 200 yards in 4 of his final 9 games, including a 44-carry, 271-yard explosion in an Iron Bowl win at Auburn. He followed that up with a career-high 46 carries for 189 yards against Florida in the SEC Championship, before finishing it out with 3 touchdowns versus Clemson in the national title game. Henry scored at least one touchdown in every game that season, finishing with a nation-leading 28 rushing scores. Number 8. Nick Chubb, Georgia. Career stats 2014-17. 758 carries, 4,769 yards, 44 TDs, 31,361 yards receiving, 4 TDs. Accomplishments: First Team All-SEC 2014, Second Team All-SEC 2017, SEC Freshman of the Year 2014. Why he's here. Perhaps the most underrated SEC running back of all time. I'm not going to underrate the Cedartown, Georgia native here. How many running backs can say they returned to college football's toughest conference after a season-ending ACL injury just as dominant? Few. Ironically, after bursting onto the scene with 1,547 yards rushing as a freshman in 2014, Chubb was averaging 8.1 yards per carry as the nation's leading rusher through 5 games before injuring his knee at Tennessee. He came back with consecutive 1,000-yard seasons to etch his name in the Georgia football record books. Yes, Chubb was better than Gurley, 3,285 career rushing yards, 36 touchdowns. Number 7. Royce Freeman, Oregon. Career stats 2014-17. 947 carries, 5,621 yards, 60 TDs, 79 catches, 814 yards receiving, 4 TDs. Accomplishments: First Team All-Pac-12 2015, Second Team All-Pac-12 2014-2017, Pac-12 Offensive Freshman of the Year 2014, Pac-12 Career Rushing Touchdowns Leader 60. Why he's here. It didn't feel right excluding Oregon's all-time leading rusher from this list, nor James, who was equally vital during the Ducks' rise to national relevance. Freeman could do a little bit of everything, whether you needed a short yardage burst on third down or a game-breaking big gainer. As you can see, the numbers are near identical to James, though Freeman played one more season and had considerably more carries. Number 6. Ezekiel Elliott, Ohio State. Career stats 592 carries, 3,961 yards, 43 TDs, 58 catches, 449 yards TD. Accomplishments: Big Ten Most Valuable Player 2015, Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year 2015, Second Team All-American 2015, First Team All-Big Ten 2015, Amici Dane Running Back of the Year 2015, CFP National Champion 2015, Big Ten Champion 2014, James E. Sullivan Award 2014. Why he's here. Elliott edges Ohio State's all-time leader in rushing yards as a freshman, J.K. Dobbins, in this spot. Dobbins followed Mike Weber and Elliott in Buckeyes lore and managed 3 consecutive 1,000-plus yard seasons, including 2003 as a junior, a feat Elliott never accomplished. However, Elliott scored 58 career touchdowns to Dobbins' 38, despite 132 fewer carries in only 2 years as a starter. Many of Elliott's best outings ever, his final 2 seasons, came against nationally ranked competition, including a win over Alabama in New Orleans. Number 5. Leonard Fournette, LSU. Career stats 2014-16. 616 carries, 3,830 yards, 40 TDs, 41 catches, 526 yards receiving, TD, KORTD. Accomplishments: Consensus All-American 2015, First Team All-SEC 2015, Second Team All-SEC 2016. Why he's here. He doesn't have the gargantuan rushing numbers some of these players in this list do, but when Fournette was healthy, there was no running back more talented this decade. The former 5-star dubbed as the next Adrian Peterson, Fournette only started 24 games of the 31 he appeared in during his short-lived tenure, and still managed 19 games over 100 yards rushing, including outings of 284, 244, 233, 228, and 212. Fournette was a one-man wrecking crew, and his sophomore season in 2015 was eye-opening in the SEC. Number 4. Saquon Barkley, Penn State. Career stats 2015-17. 671 carries, 3,843 yards, 43 TDs, 103 catches, 1,195 yards, 8 TDs, 2 KOR TDs. Accomplishments: Consensus All-American 2017, Paul Hornung Award 2017, Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year 2016-2017, Amici Dane Running Back of the Year 2016-2017, Rogers Dwight Return Specialist of the Year 2017, First Team All-Big Ten 2016-2017. Why he's here. One of the most spectacular all-purpose players in college football history, Barkley did it all for the Nittany Lions, who found creative ways to get his hands on the football as a junior in 2017. He led the Big Ten in total yards, rushing, receiving, return, and was the Heisman frontrunner that fall, exiting the first 2 months of the season en route to his second straight Conference Player of the Year honor. Number 3. Melvin Gordon plus Monty Ball, Wisconsin. Melvin Gordon. Career stats 2011-14. 631 carries, 4,915 yards, 45 TDs, 22 catches, 248 yards receiving, 4 TDs. Accomplishments: Big Ten champion 2011-2012, Heisman Trophy runner-up 2014, Doak Walker Award 2014, Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year 2014, Unanimous All-American 2014, First Team All-Big Ten 2014. Why he's here. Not bad for a ball carrier who only started in the Wisconsin backfield his final 2 years, right? Over those 2013 and 2014 seasons with the Badgers, Gordon rushed for 4,196 yards, including a jaw-dropping 2,500-plus yard season as a junior that led him to leaping to the NFL. He wasn't as prolific as the 2 other Wisconsin ball carriers in this list, but warrants mention among them all the same. Monty Ball. Career stats 2009-12. 924 carries, 5,140 yards, 77 TDs, 59 catches, 598 yards receiving, 6 TDs. Accomplishments: Doak Walker Award 2012, Heisman Trophy finalist 2011, Consensus All-American 2011-2012, Amici Dane Running Back of the Year 2011-2012, First Team All-Big Ten 2011-2012, Jim Brown Award 2011-2012, Archie Griffin Award 2011, Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year 2011, Big Ten Champion 2010-2011-2012. Why he's here. Touchdown machine, Ball scored his 39th touchdown of the 2011 season during the bowl game, tying him with former Oklahoma State star and future NFL Hall of Famer Barry Sanders for most touchdowns in a single FBS season. He finished the season with 1,923 rushing yards and 33 rushing touchdowns, to go along with 24 receptions for 306 receiving yards and 6 receiving scores. Number 2. Dalvin Cook, Florida State. Career stats 2014-16. 687 carries, 4,464 yards, 46 TDs, 79 catches, 935 yards, 2 TD. Accomplishments: First Team All-American 2015-2016, First Team All-ACC 2015-2016, ACC Champion 2014. Why he's here. Cook averaged 6.5 yards per carry during his career in Tallahassee as one of the most lethal offensive weapons in program history. At his best was a first down waiting to happen and broke a slew of tackles as an every down option as a sophomore and junior, and managed consecutive 20-touchdown seasons. Toward the end of the 2016 season, before announcing his decision to turn pro, Cook eclipsed Warrick Dunn's program record for rushing yards. Cook was a 2-time All-American with the Seminoles, and even against stacked fronts was rarely held under 100 yards. Number 1. Jonathan Taylor, Wisconsin. Career stats 2017-19. 926 carries, 6,174 yards, 50 TDs, 42 catches, 402 yards, 5 TDs. Accomplishments: Doak Walker Award 2018-2019, Unanimous First Team All-American 2018-2019, AP Big Ten Newcomer of the Year 2017, Big Ten Running Back of the Year 2018-2019, Big Ten Freshman of the Year 2017, Consensus First Team All-Big Ten 2017-2018-2019, All-time freshman season rushing record 1,977 yards. Why he's here: 6th on college football's all-time rushing list as one of only 7 players to surpass 6,000 career yards. Taylor eclipsed the 2K barrier twice and was 23 yards from doing so as a freshman in 2017. He averaged 6.7 yards per carry career despite getting the rock just under 25 times per contest, and faced 8 men in the box nearly every snap as a sophomore and junior. Had he chose to return to Wisconsin in 2020, he'd have a shot to set the all-time rushing record and beat former Badger Ron Dayne. That's all for today's video. We hope you enjoyed this upload. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for even more great content, just like this. Thanks for watching. See you soon in another one.
Yeah, you better.